Did you hear about the monster who went around the world in 80 days? He traveled in a hot scare balloon. Welcome to the stream. Happy Wednesday, my friends. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for joining me tonight. We've got Dead Zergling first in chat, followed by Lucent Jelly. Thank you both for being here. How's the roof? The roof? Well, the roof is it's not good. When you've got rain coming in from the outside, it's not good, and it's gonna continue to be not good. I don't know for the foreseeable future. We don't know exactly. We started to look at our options for like what kind of services are in the area, but we're gonna have to see who's able to come out and how much they're gonna charge for it. It's probably gonna take a little while before we actually have anything done, unfortunately. So, fingers crossed for no rain. We are, we're a little bit remote, so getting someone to come out to help us with it is, our options may be somewhat limited. I don't get it, Circling says. Well, it's not going to make it any funnier if I explain it to you, but Around the World in 80 Days is a somewhat famous book about traveling around the world in hot air balloons. Hot air balloon, hot scare balloon. I think they made a movie with Jackie Chan. Was he in that movie? I've never read it. Don't look at the forecast, Jelly says. Oh no, we're in trouble. So yeah, unfortunately, like I'm not gonna have anything. I'm probably not gonna have anything good to say about our roof situation. It's gonna be troublesome and expensive. Sorry, I messed up all my windows here on my desktop. Let me get it fixed. All right, so 2 games tonight, my friends. Vampire Crystals is up first. We'll go ahead and dive into this. We're hoping to complete at least World 2 of the second loop, the hard mode of the game. And after that, we will move back to the Super Game Boy for Gargoyle's Quest, our continued first playthrough of that game. So 2 games tonight. Well, that's the best. That's the best. That's the best I could do, I'm afraid. I decided to switch up my meal plan a little tonight. 5 egg omelet with salt, 4 pieces of bacon, a pound of roast beef roast, the roast water and fat, turned into beef fat jello in the fridge. Yeah, it'll do that. Jelly and I had a chicken stir fry with basil and cashews. It's one of our sort of standards. And for the eggs came out really well. I usually fry our eggs in oil one at a time, but I used like a really big pan, so I was able to do the eggs like 3 at once, and I was very pleased with how they came out. So we're on 2-2. I'd like to at least get up to 3-2 before we call it a night. And if we travel real smoothly, we might continue beyond that, because World 3 is the last world, but I don't have high hopes of that. The night mode levels in this game have proven to be very challenging for me. If you haven't seen this game before, it's kind of a dual stick shooter, kind of, like Smash TV. We've got a time limit during which we have to defeat a certain quota of enemies and collect a certain quota of crystals. And we have to do all this without running out of time or health. The thing that's proven to be really troublesome about the hard mode is that well, naturally there are power-ups, like good power-ups to help you out. There are negative power-ups to cause you harm, and the negative power-ups on the nighttime maps are very plentiful. Just a touch. I find myself walking into anti-power-ups all the time. And you won't live very long doing that. There we go. Oh, a weapon, finally. This weapon is actually not very good. Hey, Dynamite, welcome in. Do you think you'll beat this tonight? Probably not. I think, I've got this world, and I've got one world after it. I'm just hoping I can get through this one tonight. But I'm probably going to spend a night and at least one more night with it. Unless I get really lucky and kind of accidentally do super well. Yeah, they're not power-ups, they're power-downs. I was speculating one night about, like, the idea of, like, a hypothetical video game item that's the opposite of a 1-up. But, I've never seen a video game that had an item that I would call, like, a 1-down, which is, like, an item that, like, you don't collect... When you collect it, you don't... Your character doesn't die, but instead you lose a life from your, like, stockpile of extra lives. I think that that's I think that that's potentially an interesting idea for a video game item. The 1-down. I would hate to collect one. But, I don't know. I would be amused. Can I even pause this game? I can. I'd be amused to see one, though. One moment, my friends. Alright, thank you for the coffee, Jelly. Dynamite doesn't like that idea. I like that idea. I think it's good. I think it's good, because, like, instead of, like... Because if you got an item that just killed you immediately, like, if you're on your last life, like, that could be really, you know, that would be bad, because it just immediately ended your game, right? But, like, if you accidentally collected a 1-down, if you played really well after that, you wouldn't even have to worry about it, because if you didn't lose your current life, then you didn't need that extra life anyway. Oh. Closest thing is when your ship can get captured in Galaga. I'm trying to imagine that. I haven't played Galaga in so long. The Space Invaders and Battletoads are almost kind of similar to that idea, since they attack your health bar instead of your character. So like they can't directly kill you, but they remove your ability to take future damage. That attempt died as soon as I touched that poison vial. Look, there's nothing here, but I can't walk through this spot because there's an enemy will spawn there later. That's irritating. Not even really an enemy, just an obstacle. That flower is too much health. Oh my goodness. What a difficult level. No! Oh, we were getting close. I disagree. I disagree. I was so far away from that guy. There's no way that that hit me. I think one of the enemies on this stage If you look, one of the enemies, they've got a sack on their back, and I think they're going around and stealing my I think they're going around and stealing my crystals. I asked the dude today if his original Nintendo 64 ask was $600, and he said he did, but he was joking and actually only wanted 400. Well, I thought 400 was what you told us when you told us about it, which seemed a little high to me. But I don't have the greatest, like, I don't have like a real finger on the pulse of these things. And it seemed like, if I remember right, the chat seemed to think you should be able to get a used Nintendo 64 and EverDrive for about $250 if you were to look on eBay or something. But I'm now going off half-remembered information from a couple nights ago. Some joke. I'm taking so much damage. Just right away. Those enemies do collect your crystals. I know what my strategy needs to be. It needs to be to get and hold on to the spread shot and to stay as far away as I can from these big guys, because the range on their attacks is way farther than it looks like it should be. Holding on to a weapon is not really a realistic objective, because the weapons are all timed anyway. So, like, it's not like there's much, like, anything I can do to make sure I keep a weapon that I like. Don't like this weapon. There we go. Keep moving, Frownie. Keep moving. No. Ah. That was our second closest attempt. Maybe closest. I don't remember. We have 470. I was in the high 400s another time on that crystal count with the zombie count met. What? Bogus. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I suspect that I feel like the range on the flamethrower is not even as far as the range of the enemies, the big guys. Their club swing just, it gets you from so far away. goodness. From the top. No! Ah, I was about to say we're having a good start. And then it became untrue. Oh, very untrue. I can't afford to take damage so early. Just, it feels very bad. It feels very bad. I didn't want either of these weapons, but I wanted to clear them both off of the map, so maybe something better would spawn. Such happy, peaceful music for how chaotic everything is, Zergling says. Yeah, I said, I think last time I said that the music is less haunted house and more Renaissance fair. There's definitely not much of a Halloween vibe to the forest world. Yuck. I'm getting about a third of the way to my objective every time. this weapon. It's gonna be a long night, I'm afraid. The flower is immune to the screen clear item? That's not good. I keep running into those, so I thought my big problem was the big guys in there with the clubs, but I think my biggest problem is I keep running into those skulls. They can do things like put them behind a tree, and then like you see the tree becomes transparent when you go behind it. But if there's a bad item behind the tree, like, it doesn't help me that the tree goes transparent because I've already picked up the item by the time it does. So I guess I've just got to learn to be extra cautious anytime I go behind something. Or just try to never go behind anything, but that's pretty difficult in, like, the heat of battle. No, there's so many skulls. Counting the one I picked up, there were 4 of them on the map just now. Simultaneously. This is nowhere safe to walk. Oops. Oh, I killed my time and then I killed my character. Oh, I didn't see that guy. Never mind. How did he have so much health? I've been stuck on this level for a long time. I'm actually gonna intentionally clear away trees to increase my visibility. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna die doing it. Why didn't he die? I wiped every enemy off the screen except the one that was near me. Enemy's using me as a human shield. don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can clear this level. No, awful. I can hit the enemy quota, but I'm not even getting close to the crystal quota. Oh, he had to damage me right before I picked that up. No, what am I stuck on? Oh, it's over. No. Sometimes, like, the item collection sound effect goes off, and I don't have even, like, the beginning of an idea as to why I might be hearing it. I can't notice anything change about my character, like my health or time doesn't look any different, and I don't get a weapon, so I just don't know where it's coming from. Don't walk into that poison. No! Ah! Just... This is the hardest game I've ever played. I really hate taking damage and not knowing what it's from, and that's like the 100% of my experience in this level here. Too much damage too early. Gotta throw that one away. Oh, yuck. I saw that, like, right as I walked into it. Doomed. Just doomed. Even though I'm playing the harder levels now, if I remember correctly, when I started the game, I left the difficulty, there was a difficulty option. I left it set to normal, but I think there was a hard difficulty mode. So I could be playing these hard levels on an even harder difficulty. What in the world must that be like? I think your character just spawns dead. Oh, gross. That's the only way I could see this becoming any more difficult than it already is. There's so many poison items on this board. There were two of them right next to each other. There's so the poison item difficulty, the poison item density is so high that it has to spawn poison touching each other. Like there's not even enough room to spread the poison out. It spawns so much of it on this stage. It's out of control. Throw it away. I'm making less progress in this tonight than I do in Jump King. waited and waited, and I still got negative time. No! Ah, no! I walked into poison. That's the closest we've ever been. I was 30 crystals away. That is the illusion of progress. Oh, come on. Hey, Clairsenality, good to see you again. It's been a little while. Welcome in. Been watching this for about 5 minutes now. Haven't had a clue what's happening the entire time. It's a Smash TV style game. On every stage, you've got to eliminate a certain number of enemies and collect a certain number of crystals. All that's in the, like, upper left corner, like those goals. And I've got to do it, 1, before my time runs out, and 2, before I lose all my health. And, yeah, it's pretty chaotic, so... Like, I'm in the driver's seat, and I don't know what's happening half the time, so... I imagine it's pretty tough to watch. The board is littered with items, too. Like, you get different weapons, you can get more or less time added to your clock. There's what looks like a vial of black ink that will mess up your controls if you collect that. And there's a black poison skull that is like... that's the worst item on the board. That, like, takes a heart away from your health entirely. Because, like, sometimes when you get hit, you don't lose a full heart at a time. But if you pick up the poison skull, you lose a full heart every time. And there's so many of them. There's one right there. There's another one. Came down with COVID, so we've been asleep most of the time that you've been streaming lately. And most of the rest of the time, too. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your appearance tonight is an indication that you're on the upswing. I thought that was a weird egg or something. Yeah, I've been on this stage. I've been on this stage now for an hour. I haven't made any progress with this game at all tonight. I don't know how I can do it any better. Spirits are low. Getting a bit better. That is good to hear at least. Ooze, thank you for the wheel. Let's have an attempt here, and then we'll give that a spin. Next death. So give me like 20 seconds. A spin of the wheel to perk me up. I don't know that anything could really lower my spirits at the moment. Don't challenge the universe like that. I feel pretty safe. Alright, that is something I can't read. Bacon cayenne. That is one of our delightful hot sauces. Oh, I've been on this stage for so long, I'm never going to clear this game. I hate to tell you, Frownie, none of us can read, none of us are real. Buddha fingers, welcome in. As long as I can be not real, too. So, these, the hot sauces on the wheel now are from their little set of these cute little mini bottles. This is called the Good Hurt Fuego. And this is the bacon cayenne flavor. It's pretty good. We've actually sampled this one a couple times already. It's got a bit more of a kick to it than I thought it was going to as well. But it's definitely like a milder hot sauce. We'll load up our cracker here. They're kind of runny. It's a little hotter than I remembered. But highly enjoyable. Nato Fat, welcome in. Hey, thank you for the raid. Thank you very much, Nato. Very much appreciated. I hope you've got some good news regarding Super Ghouls and Ghosts. When I had to duck out, you were on stage 3. Wait a moment. That's not how the shout-out command works. My friends, if you want to use that link, you should add our friend NatoFet to your follow list if you have not done that yet. Nato is an American living in Japan, and so if you are interested in Japanese language and culture from the perspective of an American living abroad, you should stop by his stream. If you're interested in retro games and real hardware and all of those things that we like around here, you'll not go wrong to check out Nato's stream as well. I didn't beat it. Did get to 4-1. Nice. That's that's almost a quarter of a way through the game. Very well done. Nato is currently working on Super Ghouls and Ghosts, my favorite video game. Played it for the first time tonight, and I was lucky enough to catch some of it live. He's been making amazing progress. Let me get my big head out of the way. You make me seem so sophisticated, thank you. Oh. Welcome in as well, a Snack Ops unit. Pleasure to have you come by. Thank you for coming along with the raid. So we are playing. You've entered into a struggle coming this direction. We're playing a game called Vampire Crystals. For those who may not know, I've been doing a project for October. I'm playing spooky WiiWare titles. And, Dynamite says it seems to be in an evil Smurf village. That's not a bad description. So I've been playing all of the spooky or horror-themed WiiWare titles that I could find. And we went through pretty much in alphabetical order. We're up to the V's with Vampire Crystals. It's a Smash TV type of game. A two-stick shooter. You've got to take out enemies and collect all the crystals scattered across the board. It's a little difficult, though. I've been really struggling, and I've been actually stuck on I've been stuck on this same stage the entire night so far. So things are going rough. Things are going rough right now. It's only 2 p.m. for you. It's what is it for me? Just after midnight. And later on tonight, we're going to play Gargoyle's Quest on the Game Boy. I started that a couple nights ago. And we're going to continue. First playthrough of that. The first playthrough of this as well. But, like, I don't imagine that's too surprising. I don't imagine there's a lot of people that have completed playthroughs of this one. Although it's not a bad game. It's just really tough, and I'm just really struggling with it tonight. I've actually, for the most part, I've really enjoyed this game. I like these kind of games a lot. I haven't played a ton of them, but the two-stick shooter setup is a genre of game that I really should play more of, because I always enjoy them. I'm a big fan of Smash TV, even though I'm rather terrible at it. And people are frequently telling me I need to check out Vampire Survivors. No, I'm stuck in the mud. Ah. That's about as well as I've done. That's about as well as I've done. I had a run that got I've had a one run that got a little bit closer, but that's about it. That's about my best. It's so dreadfully difficult. goodness. It can all fall apart so quickly. I can sympathize with that, Nato says. Speaking of Smash TV, when's the last time you saw The Running Man? It's been at least a few years, Budafingers. It's been a while. Yeah, Total Carnage, a spiritual sequel to Smash TV. It's a broken disappointment. I haven't tried that one yet. I think I have it on the NES. Or, sorry, the Super NES. But I haven't ever played it yet. I figured I'd have to beat Smash TV first, and well, try as I might, I have yet to beat Smash TV. Sorry, I'd already taken way too much damage. Oh, yuck. I actually thought I was not doing terrible, but turns out I was. Hey, Stream Kyle, welcome in. Welcome to my nightmare. So, forget about doing a world a night. Now I'm just going to be happy if I can do a single level a night. So, I'm probably going to be playing this for the entire month of November at this rate. Oh, yuck. Never-ending Halloween seems like it should be more fun than this. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad until I started night mode. I think on the first loop playthrough, there was really only like 2 levels that I struggled with, and it was never this bad. Wow, what was that? 2 hits? 2 hits depleted my entire health bar that time? That doesn't make sense. Oh, yuck, I ran into a poison. Oh, cool. Oh, thank goodness. No! Ah, I walked into a poison. Oh, cool. Another one. I'm my own worst enemy. Finally. That's a lot of poison. Oh, dead. All trick, no treat. I think I was getting close that time too. We had all the zombies taken care of. I didn't see exactly how many crystals I had. I think it was in the 500s though. I only have to get 600 crystals. Only 600. Which actually is kind of low compared to some of the stages that we've done. But it feels impossible on this one. No! Once again. Awful. How did you decide on all these WiiWare games? I wanted to play Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth, which is a WiiWare exclusive. And I just thought, well, if I'm gonna play that one, then why don't I just make a thing of it and just do a whole bunch of them. And so then I just read a list of WiiWare titles, and any of them that sounded spooky went on my list of ones to do. So if it had like vampire or zombie or ghost or something like that in the title, then I was like, yep, that one goes on the list. So there's actually a very wide array of, like, items and power-ups in this game. You're not seeing a whole lot of what it has to offer because different stages have different limits placed on them to where you only see certain items on certain stages. So, like, there are so many items that I know that exist in this game that would make this stage way more manageable, but they've chosen not to give you access to any of those. Playing with that knowledge in the back of my mind does not make this easier. Make Frownie's life easier? It is forbidden. Castlevania: The Adventure Rebirth is WiiWare exclusive. There's no way to get a hold of that game outside of WiiWare. It's sort of a very loose reimagining of Castlevania: The Adventure on Game Boy. It's pretty good, too. I mean, it's pretty, like, it's kind of your standard, you know, classic Castlevania platformer. There's not really a ton that sets it apart, but, I mean, it's good. It's one I'll definitely play again. It's a shame to have it sort of lost to time, you know, trapped among a dead library, but you know, Konami's not gonna ever do anything about that. Victory! We've finally done it! We're free from this stage! I don't believe it! I actually don't believe it! Hey, cows, welcome in. Very glad you're here, my friend. I hope this means that the window work all went fairly smoothly. Pokemons, welcome in. Metal Gear Solid, one of the most frustrating movies I ever played, has been completed. GG, Pokemons. Cows, you showed up 2 hours after the stream started and you've missed one level. That's how things are going for me tonight. I was stuck on the previous level for the full 2 hours. See, here's a weapon we couldn't get on the previous stage. All directional fire. Like, this is pretty good. taking a lot of damage. Alright, we were doing pretty good. Have some palms, thank you, thank you. Windows 23. Windows windowed very nicely. I have no news about my leaky roof situation. Jelly and I, you know, we've done some preliminary work to see like what services are potentially near us, but we're gonna have to do some make some phone calls and see. Maybe someone will. We live kind of remote, so we don't have a whole lot of options for like. Help. What's the health icon look like? It's a big red heart. There was no health on the previous. There were no health items on the previous stage, and I haven't seen one on this one yet. That's an anti-health item right there, that black skull. That'll take a heart away. Yeah. My roof started leaking yesterday. In 2 places. It's not really a surprise, because, like, we knew when we moved in that the house is, like, due for a re-shingling. Maybe even overdue, apparently. But, I thought we had one more winter before we were gonna have any issues with it, and I was wrong. Or I guess I hoped rather than thought. And it turns out I was foolish to hope. There's a big meat item that looks like a health. Looks like it would be a health, but it's not. The meat is an item that you throw out and it'll distract enemies for you. The enemies will, if they come across the meat, they'll get distracted trying to eat it for a while. Instead of chasing you down. No. I knew I needed that weapon pickup. It's in one of our bedrooms and our dining room. I mean, it's not like a torrent of water is pouring in, but like, you know, there is water coming in. We lived in Houston. We lived in an apartment building, and the pipes in our ceiling, the pipes burst in our ceiling. That was torrents of water coming in. That was like the whole apartment just flooded. No, I'm stuck on something. When our pipes burst in Houston, it flooded our apartment, but it didn't really permanently damage a whole lot of stuff. Um, we were able to get everything that was like potentially would have been damaged by the water. We were able to get it up off the ground quickly enough that we didn't really lose anything. But when they fixed it, like they came by and they fixed the pipes or whatever. But to do that, they had to cut a big hole in the ceiling. And then, I don't know, they didn't have anything to patch the hole in the ceiling. So they took an old pizza box out of our trash and they nailed the pizza box to the ceiling to cover up where the hole in the ceiling where the pipes were where they did the work. But it's like, I mean, just the exposed pipes would have looked better than that. That was up there. They never fixed it either. That was up there until we moved out, which wasn't that much later, but it was still a while. Load-bearing dominoes. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, they probably just, you know, I'm sure they just forgot. And we didn't really care all that much, so... A Wolfgang Puck pizza box? I don't know what makes his pizza boxes special. Oh no, I got the item that messes up your controls. There we go. Oh, these spiders have lots of health. No, I'm stuck in the mud. Expensive pizza, expensive box, top tier box. I'm grabbing for straws here. It makes sense. I didn't know if he had a reputation for, like, having a very specific box. Like, you know, like, a true pizza always has to be, like, delivered in a handcrafted mahogany box or something like that. No clue about pizza box crafting. Big mushroom, let's go! Finally a good item. Hey, we cleared another stage. It didn't take another 2 hours. 82% of what I say is utter nonsense. Oh, thank goodness. My only leak story is at another bar I worked at. It was torrentially raining outside. Ceiling started leaking. One of the servers said, "Is that water coming from the rain?" And the bartender sarcastically said, "No, it's coming from the dry." Thank you for the trophies. Thank you for the GGs. Yeah, I've had leak situations quite a few times. We had our pipes burst. I've got the roof leak now. We had the whole flooding situation with Hurricane Harvey when that happened. That's the health item right there. Big ol' heart. It doesn't do me a lot of good because my damage carried over from the previous stage. So like having that heart is nice, but it's only like it's not stacking upon a full health bar. Oh, yuck. There are 5 stages in each world, and then the boss is a separate stage unto itself. So we're on 2-4 right now. Oh no! Oh no, my damage didn't carry over from the other stage. This is just a stage where it starts you off with only 1 heart. I see. That's the gimmick. One of the gimmicks of this stage is you always start off with low health. Nice. Awesome. They put a poison item there on that tiny ledge, so I'm completely cut off from going in that direction anymore. Huh? Mushroom time, let's go. No, I thought I saw a heart, but it was just a decorative mushroom. I want this item. I feel like it's going to cause me more trouble than good. Come on, I just need one big deposit of crystals. Victory! Let's go. Anyone else here still have to take out their garbage tonight before tomorrow morning? I think Jelly took care of ours tonight. Or I'll have to do it after the stream. Jelly and I, we have a couple whiteboards on our refrigerator in the kitchen that we use to like make our shopping lists and to write each other like notes and stuff like that. And we kind of have an ongoing sort of playful competition on Wednesdays to see who can be the first to remember to write garbage day on the fridge before the other one gets around to it. Which of us could do the better job remembering? The I'll finish that thought in a moment. Some of my emotes, not the regular sort of sub emotes, but the well, I'm gonna lose this life anyway. These emotes here, they their origin was a doodle that they started off as from a doodle I drew on the refrigerator, the spicy pepper emote. I drew basically a face like that with a guy. It was not a spicy pepper. It was a guy eating a banana on our fridge because we needed bananas. And when Jelly saw it, she modified it a little bit, I guess, to try and make it to make it look a little bit like me eating spicy pepper. And then that became one of my emotes. Not that I think it resembles me to a great deal, but you know, it's good enough. The dash 6 is always the boss. So yeah, if I clear this, we'll have reached the boss. I have an alarm on my phone that goes off every week to remind me about the trash cans. Because if left to my own devices, there'd be a lot of running after garbage trucks, Cal says. In my apartment, we don't have any worries about garbage day, Nato says. Just take the garbage down to the trash room anytime, and that's it. Yeah, it's been like that for most of the apartments that I've been in. There's been no worry about the day. Just take it either to a particular room or or just out to the large dumpster anytime. It's much more convenient. spider is dreadful. There's not really a good way to manage the spider, because like it'll stop and turn and just lunge at you, and like there's no like normally an enemy like that, like it would come over, it would aim at you, it would ready itself, and then it would lunge. And so like in the time like between it when it aimed and then when it actually lunged, like normally you'd have a little gap there, and you could, this is not going away. Like you could move during that gap time so that it would end up jumping not exactly where you are. But the spider doesn't quite work like that. Spider might actually work like that to a degree, but definitely not every time. A heart! This is very good. We're getting close. Got it. Okay. Wow. Stages 2-3, 2-4, and 2-5. Those three stages took a quarter of the time the first stage took. So this boss was the toughest boss on the first loop. So I do expect to be at this boss for a little while. This boss is tough because you can only attack him from behind. It's hard to stay where you can hit him, and he's got a lot of attacks that he's like, where he's invincible like during the attack animation for an extended period of time. Like right now. I only removed one piece of health the whole time. No, I'm stuck in the mud. No. No, I was doing so good. I think I'm dead. Alas. Good news and more good news plus bad. Garbage taking out. It's beautiful outside. So much that I just want to stay out there and not go to bed soon, Dynamite says. He's just spamming the same thing over and over again. This rage attack. Awful. Awful. It didn't even give me a chance. What is going on? Why is this guy invincible? Oh, very bad. Hey Derek, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Ugh. Dynamite's taken off. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the rest of my week's gonna look like, Dynamite. I don't plan to be here tomorrow night. Though that's not to say I might. That's not to say I won't necessarily do like a bonus stream earlier in the day if I have time, but I don't expect to. But I'm not going to be here late tomorrow night, no matter what. So, no regular stream tomorrow night. Friday, I don't know. Friday could go either way. I don't have any specific plans. Either way. But if I don't see you again, be well. Hopefully we'll be all back to normal next week. It's rough, Derek. Game's going rough tonight. I got stuck on one level for 2 hours. And now this is the hardest boss in the game, I think. This was the hardest boss on loop 1, so and it's pretty hard right now, so I kind of expect. But yeah, hopefully this is gonna be the hardest part. After I got past that one level, though, that, like I said, I was stuck on one level for 2 hours. After I got past that, we did the next 3 levels really quickly, but by then my spirit was already broken. Hey, Sparrow, welcome in. Always great to have you here, friend. Hope things are going well for you. What in the world hit me? I can't get anything done. Jump King. Do I and do... Oh, I misread that. I thought you said someone who also enjoys Jump King. I don't know where I got the word enjoys from. My brain added that there. Because I wanted to say, do I enjoy Jump King? I'm editing your sentences to give myself comedy setups. And not very worthwhile ones. Does anyone really enjoy it? I don't think so. That doesn't that doesn't. No, I think you're thinking of the wrong game. Jump King's definitely got legs. He needs them to jump. And if there's a pickaxe mechanic, I haven't discovered it. I need to figure out how to cheese this guy into just walking back and forth for a while. Oh, gross. That's getting over it. Getting over it is awful. People keep telling me whenever I'm playing Jump King, people keep saying this is just like getting over it. So I'm probably gonna have to play that one. If I ever finish Jump King, and that one is definitely an if. I do not have confidence in my ability to finish that game at all. I don't think I should be taking damage. I'm clearly hiding behind the boss. These punches are clearly landing in front of the boss. So much for the cheese. What about only up? Why are these fascinations with games that make you climb stuff? And the quote-unquote fun-sized packets of Skittles are giving me some perspective of just how many I normally consume. Fun-sized. That's the, That's the bag that's like, comes with like 20 ounces, right? I'm not having fun. Use a funnel, Buddhafinger says. That's how I like to eat my, That's how I'd like to eat my Skittles. One large piece of plastic with many smaller pieces of plastic inside. Probably more plastic than actual product. Things really weren't going all that bad, and then I took 1,000 instances of damage all at once. I often wonder if I was too clever or just failed to make sense in the first place, Buddhafinger says. I can relate to that feeling, Buddhafingers. In my case, it's almost always the latter, but I always hope it was the former. I'm the king of taking an amazing attempt and just blowing it at the end, Nato says. Yeah, I tend to do that. I tend to do that right when I get the boss down to like the very last piece of health, usually. I have an amazing capacity for tripping at the finish line. I don't know how many Contra runs got done in the last moment, failed in the last moment at the Red Falcon. I think 2 or 3 per challenge. I'm pretty sure I tripped at the finish line with each of those challenges 2 or 3 times. I think of every time when I was doing Castlevania whip only, I think of every time I defeated Death and then got killed by one of his like surviving scythes before I had time to pick up the orb. That's a terribly unfortunate thing that happened to me way more times than I'd ever care to know the number of. boss is so hard. Oh wait, I think I can. Yeah, there we go. I forget that there's an option to restart whenever I, like, oop, oh, now I did it by accident. Boy, I hate this boss. It's just dreadful because, like, he's got a particular angle that we have to attack him from, and he's not vulnerable during any of his attack animations. And so, like, first of all, like, there's just so many reasons why I can't hit him so much of the time. It's just irritating. Like, one or the other. It's bad enough that he's got a particular area of weakness, but then to have it constantly closed off. It's so aggravating. What is the range on this attack? I'm nowhere near that circle. Why does it put a circle on the ground? If it attacks for miles outside of it. Everything is awful. That time one landed right on me and nothing happened, so it's all arbitrary. How do you like that right there? He didn't even finish standing up before he went into another attack, so that's just more time. Completely wasted. I can't move. Oh, and I've got the time limit coming for me. This is unmanageable. Well, I can't hurry up because he's chosen to be invincible. I hate this game. What if some game designers literally made unbeatable bosses? don't know if you've ever heard of the game Master Spy, but the Switch port of that game is unbeatable. Just on the second stage, there's a puzzle that you can't get through. It's an indie game. It's kind of neat, but yeah. It's broken on the Switch. Hey, Sir Rack of Lamb, welcome in. I hope your day has treated you well, my friend. Master Spy is, I guess you'd call it a stealth puzzle platformer. But it's the Switch port is bugged because some of the obstacles run in at a different timing for some reason, and so there are obstacles you literally can't pass through. I tried playing it on the stream, and I didn't know that. And I got stuck. I was really stubborn. I was stuck in one place, and I was stuck there for so long that one of my chat members got curious about it and decided to buy the game and do some science to figure out what was going wrong. And yeah, the obstacles run at the wrong speed. Hurry up, as if it was my fault. Been busy. Hope things are well for you. Things are all right. This game is grinding my bones to powder. It's grinding my bones to make its bread. Game is really angry that I won't get out of its swamp. I can't move. Get me out of here, finally. Oh my goodness. What a disgusting game. Oh. Challenge conquered. Thank you, Nato. Thank you for the bits. Thank you very much for that, for the 100 bits. We had a follow like half an hour ago, and I failed to say thank you because I was so distracted by the game. So if you're still there, thank you for the follow. I'll preserve your anonymity. If you would prefer, but I definitely appreciate you coming on board and hope that you're enjoying our time together. Thank you for the wheel, Persephone. Welcome in. Thank you for the trophies, cows. And Nato, thank you again. Thank you for the 100 bits. That's very kind of you. What a nightmare. Thank you for the GG, Persephone. Alright, let's go big. Let's spin the wheel. And we hit the same thing? We hit the same thing. It's, yeah, bacon cayenne. I think there's only one thing on the wheel we haven't landed on. That's actually the opposite side over here. It's garlic herb sauce. So, bacon cayenne. These are, all the hot sauces on the wheel right now are from this set of little bottles called the Good Hurt Fuego. And, they seem to range pretty wide in heat, but we're on the very mild end still. This is a bacon cayenne hot sauce, and it's pretty good. It's not super convincingly bacon flavored, but it's still good. It's like, it's way better than like imitation bacon bits or something like that. And the cayenne does have a bit of a kick to it. Did you get a wheel upgrade? Well, it's the same wheel, but I recently refreshed the stuff that's on it. For those curious what else we might have landed on. That's the, we've never landed on the garlic herb sauce. Disco Bear, welcome in. Sounds good. It is pretty good. This, yeah, this, bacon cayenne. So far, we've only had 2 of these sauces so far. The bacon cayenne and the sweet jalapeno, but I'm very impressed with both of them. It smells kind of bacony. We're getting close to being done with this whole bottle, though. There's the kick. Oh, it's still going. Yeah, I like this sauce quite a bit. It does taste reminiscent of, sometimes I'll make bacon and scrambled eggs. And I like to put hot sauce on my scrambled eggs. And naturally, if I put it all in the same bowl, then I'm going to get hot sauce on the bacon as well. And it does remind me very much of what it tastes like to have, like, bacon with hot sauce on it. That's pretty good. Alright, I want to clear one more level in this game before we're done with this one for the night. World 3 here, I believe, is the last world. And I want to get us a head start on it, just like I did last time. When we finished World 1, I did one more level. So now we finish World 2, I'm going to do one more level. So when we come back to this, hopefully we'll have a little bit of an advantage. Being already one level in, and we'll be able to finish it next time. So, let's see. Let's see how bad this stage is. weapon number 9's the best weapon in the game. There's hardly any enemies, like, there's no enemies to spin my weapon on. I keep walking over the spike trap. That's not good behavior. Oh, the spike trap, no. Alright, that didn't feel too terrible. It seemed like we were doing pretty well. If I just watch where I'm going a little bit more, we might be okay for this level. Oh no, I messed up my controls. And threw away some time with a bad hourglass. No, I froze myself in place. I can't believe it's been almost 4 hours of the stream already. Where's all this time going? I feel like I just started. Oh no, I'm stepping on that spike trap again. I need to learn to watch out for that thing. Seriously. Oh. Time flies when you're having fun. The game is doing everything it can to bring my time to a crawl, but you know, fortunately I've got some good company, so that really helps. Oh, Nado, you said you made it up to level 4-1, so that means you've encountered the red devil on stage 3. How did I'm curious to know how he treated you. I just ran right by it. Very smart. Yeah, they put that checkpoint right there, so absolutely that's the thing to do. He's actually, you know, he's actually really easy to take out if you show up properly equipped, but until you've gotten the hang of like dancing with them. Definitely just make a beeline for the checkpoint every time. That's what I'd do. That's the other game we're playing tonight, Gargoyle's Quest. I mean, you probably already know this, but Gargoyle's Quest is a spin-off of Ghosts and Goblins, where you play as that enemy character. It's pretty unusual that I get all the crystals before I take out all the enemies. I'm fine whichever order it happens in, but it's just this order is atypical. I want to pick up that mushroom, but you can't attack when you're small, so it would actually really harm me. Victory, let's go. Yeah, Gargoyle's Quest. Welcome in, Stack Cat. Thank you for the GG, Sir Akablab. Oh, we're actually going to switch to it right now. We're finished with this game for tonight. This game has been an awful struggle. It has been an awful struggle tonight. So we're gonna leave the rest of these stages for next time. Maybe Friday night if there's a Friday night stream. There's no regular stream tomorrow night. For Thursday, I have a doctor's appointment early Friday morning, so I can't stay up and have fun on Thursday night. When it rains, it pours, right? I've got a leaky roof and I've got a leaky roof, so when it rains, it pours inside my house. But I've got a leaky roof. I've got doctor's appointments. I got too much stuff going on. I just interrupted my all important gaming time. So I won't be here. I won't be here tomorrow night. If I cut out a chunk of time in the afternoon or evening, I may do some weird offbeat bonus stream, but don't hold your breath for it. I should be back Friday night, but I can't guarantee it. If I am, we'll finish this up then, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you for the trophies, cows. An awful struggle, but you made such progress. We did. We took out a lot of levels. I clocked into Frownie's stream right on time, StatCat says. So yeah, if there's a stream on Friday night, we'll finish this up whenever the next regular stream is. If not, then. But I'm going to step away just a moment. I'm going to refill my coffee. And switch over to the Super Nintendo. It's a Game Boy game, but we're using the Super Game Boy attachment in the Super Nintendo to play it. So if you want to join me for that, thank you for standing by me with this struggle here. What a nightmare. But if you want to join me for what should be a far more pleasant game, minor heads up about that. The part I left off at is a little bit annoying in that game too, so it is going to start off being a little frustrating, but once we get past that, I think it'll be good again. But thank you for standing by me for this game, and yeah, just welcome in, Dude Alert. What game is this? This is Vampire Crystals. This is a WiiWare title. If you really want to give this game a try, I think there's another game called Demon's Crystals. And I think that game is just a reskin of this game. It's it looks, I haven't played it, but I looked at a couple screenshots and it looks really similar to this. Like it's probably the same game, just reskinned. But yeah, Demon's Crystals. This is Vampire Crystals, though. I think the original version of this. I don't know. I don't know the history of it. It wasn't good. This game is pretty good. The late game is very hard because it's so chaotic. I have a hard time with it now that I'm in the late game, but I still think it's pretty good. I like these kind of games, these like dual stick shooter games, so I'm inclined to like it just because of the type of game that it is. But we're actually done with it for tonight. I'm taking a BRB. as you came in, I was just trying to sneak away for a BRB. We're switching over to our second game of the night, Gargoyle's Quest. So if you came in specifically for this one, I have to apologize to you. We're finishing this one up next time, but I need to slip away. So hopefully I'll see you again in just a few moments.